We were tired of listening to the same old stories about growth and innovation that we read today in the business press. The story about the church-going engineer at 3M who invented Post-it notes. The crazy kids at Google. The genius that was Bill Gates at Microsoft. We wanted to find a different set of stories, a set of stories that would matter to operating managers, that would give them useful information to help them meet the challenges of growing their own businesses on a day-to-day basis. What we uncovered were 30 fascinating stories about people who were every bit as interesting as the kids at Google. But they weren't operating in high-growth businesses. They weren't blazing frontiers of new technology. They were listening to customers. They were learning how to conduct small experiments. They were doing it quickly and learning as they went. And their stories, when we put them all together, produced a rich framework that would give any manager faced with operating a business a lot of tools and techniques and specifically useful pieces of information that they could bring home and use on a day-to-day basis in their own business. We wrote this book for the middle-level manager in an organization faced with growth pressures because we believe that he or she has at their disposal the opportunity to grow their business in significant ways using the principles that we've learned. This book is also, we think, really useful for the senior executive. It's amazing the way in which the organization gets in the way of growth leadership. We've learned a lot of the do's and don'ts of organizational structure and process, and the way in which encouraging growth is very different than running a maintenance organization. There are systems differences, there are process differences, there are ways in which working with leaders we can either, as corporate leaders, encourage growth or inhibit it. And we believe we've unlocked a lot of the ways in which organizations get in their own way as they ask their own people to grow. We pulled together a team of experts from different fields of study to do the growth project research. We called upon an expert in the field of entrepreneurship, someone who'd studied entrepreneurs extensively and really understood how they thought and how they approached opportunity. We also pulled together a leadership expert, someone who'd worked with senior leaders for a period of many years and really understood what it took to lead in a conventional sense of the word. And then finally, I played the role of the strategy expert. As someone who's worked with executives for years around honing their strategic thinking skills, I looked at the way they crafted strategies that allowed them to both find opportunity and execute against that. We believe that the composition of this team was really critical because it allowed us to look at this issue of growth from many different disciplines and to build a model that was comprehensive and that included focus on not just the leader, him or herself, but the entrepreneurial aspects of their character and their thinking, as well as the strategic aspects of how they planned and implemented the growth. There is huge untapped opportunity sitting inside every major corporation today, which are filled with managers with growth opportunities at their fingertips waiting to be unleashed. Corporate America needs this book. We've talked a lot about how to build research and development labs, kind of how to be leaders, how to go from good to great. What we've got here is an opportunity that every manager has to contribute to the larger growth picture in an organization. There's a lot more middle-level managers in organizations than there are in CEOs. This is a book that's needed because there are enough books talking about how CEOs can grow their business. This is a book that's able to help every manager in an organization think creatively about how they can make a difference in the organization and grow it.